Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone. It's Answers for Elders Radio Network, and I'm here with Lori La Bey of Alzheimer Speaks on this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And we are going to talk about giving thanks. Most importantly, this last segment of the show, talking about how can you thank the loved ones who are caring for your loved ones. There might be listeners out there that may know of a spouse, a friend, someone that is putting their life on hold to care for someone else. And if you know somebody like that, I hope you'll listen to this segment. This is about saying thanks. These are ideas in which you can say thanks. And so, Lori, welcome back to the show. We're glad you're here. I'm going to ask you, what are some of your recommendations on how to say thanks?
You know, sometimes I think it's not even a formal thank you. It's just, I still know you're in my life. I'm still thinking of you. And so a phone call or a card that just says, I'm thinking of you, I'm praying for you. I love you. And then throw an offer out there. You want to go to a movie, you want to go out to dinner. You could, here's a gift card for a massage. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it, but I think those personal phone calls can really lift somebody up, because you can laugh on a phone call,
Absolutely.
And that sometimes is really needed. And sometimes you can do that through a text, as well, or an email, but just being able to, remember and support them through all of life, so again, it takes away that I'm not alone that so many people do.
Yeah. And I can say true that I had the most amazing friends when I was caring for my mother. And one of the things, one particular friend said, Suzanne, I know you have a difficult relationship with your mom. I did in the beginning. And so she goes, anytime you need to vent, just know I'm here. You can say whatever you want. You can use every 4-letter word you want. And you know what? I'm going to be there with you, and I'm going to hear you. And do you know how many times I picked up the phone? Had I not had that person say, I'm here to support you, to listen. And that was just, sometimes I would vent for an hour. But the thing that it did was it drew me closer to my friend Lee. And she absolutely, we would laugh. We would make, sometimes a joke out of my mother's dementia, some of the things that she would say or do. And it's just, sometimes I was so exasperated that sometimes I would say to her, Mom, I need a break. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take a walk around the block. And then I would call my friend Lee. And I was so grateful to have somebody like that. So if you have a friend that needs a voice, I would say that was one of the greatest things that I knew that I was thankful for. And I knew that somebody was there.
That lifeline, that connection of understanding, where they're not trying to necessarily fix you, but to support you. They can put up with your ugly side and your sad side. And, it's not always about you having to come in and lift everyone up, but you can just, get those emotions out. And I think being able to purge those things, to be able to say them out loud, there's a lot of healing in that.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you another thing. If you know of someone that is caring for a loved one, and if kind of restaurant they love, there's all kinds of services like Doordash and Grubhub and all the different ones out there. If you have one of those in your area, order a meal and have it sent by surprise. One time we had an opportunity to do that for someone that was there caring for their mom. And they were like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? What is this? It's your dinner. It's like, those are the things. It took me, 15 minutes to get on to I think it was Grubhub. I ordered a meal for them. I had it sent. And I called and I said, don't make plans for dinner tonight. She's going, what? And I go, it's being brought to you. And it was like, what a nice thing that they thought, wow, this is the nicest thing in the world. It was nothing for me to do it. To think if you have a family member that's doing that, what does that take? It saves them hours of time not having to cook a meal, and it brings some joy to their life.
Yeah. And, we're in the holiday season, so it might be Christmas or Hanukkah, or helping them with decorations inside and out, or buying a wreath or a poinsettia, or, again, those cards, all kinds of little teeny things can make a huge, huge difference. Or maybe somebody needs help shoveling snow, and arranging for something like that. I mean, it can, or cutting the grass. Those things are huge. Or, could
drive them to the store.
Yes.
I'm going to the grocery store. Can I pick up something for you? I know you're there with your dad. Those are the kinds of things I think that we just don't think about, that it would save them hours in a day if you just were a little more mindful of who they are. And I think that's the message of today. We are so grateful for the family caregivers out there. And Lori and I talk to a lot of them. You probably talk to more of them than I do. But, I know that the world is not as thankful enough for you as we should be. And that's something I really wanted to emphasize this segment.
Oh, thank you. Well, the work you're doing is brilliant in terms of pulling everyone together, getting all these different expert advice, from people. And, kindness matters. That's the bottom line.
It does.
Kindness really matters to everyone in this world. And each and every one of us has the opportunity to lighten someone's day and brighten it too.
Yeah. And, after Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day, I get the opportunity to be thanked also, because I set my Thanksgiving table with my mother's china and crystal. And, it is the kind of time of year that I can say thanks to her for all that she did to bring me to this point, because I wouldn't have Answers for Elders without her. And I'm truly grateful. And because of that, I met you. And here we are. So
our mothers brought us together, because
yes, they did.
Mine either.
Yes. So Lori, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm grateful for all of our listeners. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Time to get back to Suzanne and more Answers for Elders.
Have you hugged a caregiver today? The point is, this week, is think about all the people, all those unsung heroes in the world that are making sacrifices on behalf of loved ones. I would like to thank again Lori La Bey from Alzheimer Speaks. Check her out. Check out her website. And if you know of someone that has Alzheimer's or dementia, I especially recommend that you do so. And until next week, be good to each other.
We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.